Yeah, of course.
Lorenzo should be joining us shortly. I believe he's in camp in Florida for this fight. And I know he can't wait to get back in the ring.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Judging by that video, he seems personally offended that someone else has the title.
Oh yeah.
Lorenzo will be right with us. I just got off the phone with
That's
him.
good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Lorenzo, how you doing? Can you hear us?
I'm all right.
Can you turn on the video, please?
Got it. 1 second. It just went away.
Thank you.
I don't know. His coach is about to fight. It's a Zoom interview. Oh.
There you go.
Hey,
Jaron, first up, Lorenzo, first up is 𝐀𝐻𝐭 Kawada.
Yes, sir. I got you locked in.
Go ahead, Jaron.
Hey, appreciate the time. How's it going?
What's up, buddy? How's it going?
All right, good. For you, it's just good to see you almost back in the ring after so long away. So how you feeling just like 2 weeks out?
I feel great, man. I'm ready to get here and show the world what I can do. I got one of the best striking coaches in the world right here with me, Elvin Leon Brito. And I'm in sunny Manabo, Puerto Rico, kicking ass and taking names.
And during that time when how you've been out for the past 18 months, just what was it like dealing with like the injury and everything, just not even being able to train during that time for the beginning part?
The only thing, I mean, honestly, I've been fighting all my life. I've had injuries. I've been through things. I'm not a kid, so I just switched over into my life, dad life, and tending to the lawn and helping my son with his math homework and stuff like that. Like, I'm not one of these guys who fighting is the only thing in the world I have. When I'm injured, I work other things.
What made you decide to want to come back at light heavyweight for this time?
I mean, I am the one and only light heavyweight champ in the past 100 years since BKFC or bare knuckle boxing was re-legalized. There hasn't been any other 185 champion besides me. I've been the only person. I was the first person to recapture the belt. I was the only person to defend the belt consistently. And the rest of those guys are just pretenders. They're playing hot potato. So it would lessen my legacy to not return and defend my title from the interim posers that exist in the BKFC. I'll beat them all. I'll beat them all again.
Do you plan to go back to cruiserweight, get that belt back, and heavyweight again?
Everything that is mine is mine. I will relinquish nothing.
And Josh Dyer's obviously not a new opponent. You guys spent a lot of time together in the ring last time. What do you make of his recent run since you last fought 4 years ago?
That was great job. Nothing will animate a fighter like a ass whooping. Sometimes an ass whooping's all you really need to get to stoke the fire, And it's probably about time for another one. That's all.
And you always say they ain't no champ till you say so. Do you think that Josh Dyer is a champion in your eyes?
Of course not. How could he be? You can't be the champ unless you beat the champ. Like I said, I am the first and only champion to reclaim that title after 100 years of the sport of bare knuckle being illegal, and I'm the only champion to fighters way better than Josh Dyer. I beat Hector Lombard for the 185 belt. I beat Joe Riggs for the 185 belt. I beat Mike Bitchman for the 185 belt. Like they come on, like can't have to me. They will have to beat me. Period. Yes, sir. You will never be the champ.
Which champions in the BKFC do you say you view as the champions?
So you asking me which champions do I say so?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Can be any weight.
Christine Ferreira is definitely a champion. She's been tested, she's been tried, she's been proven, she's been here since the early days, and she's been injured, she's came back, she's proved again and again and again that no one deserves it more than Christine Ferreira. Also, Britain Hart a tried and true champion, been through the fire, been through, you know, the worst that BKFC could possibly have, and has came out again and again on top. Shout out to Britt Hart. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. There's too much going on in those other weight classes for anyone to just completely have dominated. Like I said, even with Julian Lane and his new belt, you know, shout out to Julian Lane. I've known him for a long time, but we need to see if he can keep it. Palomino, of course, was an awesome double world champ, and he fought hard for a very, very long time. I just didn't like the way the fight went with him and Elvin Brito, considering that I felt like Elvin won, which would make Elvin up there on my list of the true champions of BKFC. The rest of those guys, it's a toss up, and as you can see the way it plays out, it's like they're flipping coins for who gets to be a champion.
And you win this fight, you're the 85 champ again. And Mike Perry's been saying he wants that 85 belt. Has he been on your radar at all?
I'm the 85 champ right now. I never lost my belt. We're not gonna confuse it. I'm not gonna let anyone like say anything about the 85 championship that I don't like. I did the promotion a solid by going to heavyweight and challenging Mick Terrell for the heavyweight world title when they were short of a heavyweight world title matchup. You know what I mean? And that injury caused me to step away from the limelight for a moment while I was on a 10-fight terror win streak. Stop it. Stop calling these guys champions, or else, you know, you'll just find yourself in a weird position where you call everyone champ, like the coach at Little League. Hey, champ. Hey, champ. Hey, champ. Everyone is not a champ. Josh Dyer is not a champion. He literally got beat within an inch of his life by the current champion. He's not a champion. So don't even waste your time. Don't even call him champ. And Mike Perry is not a champion. Stop the games. Stop the, you know, the very feministic way of rationalizing things. Like, we can just make it anything we want to be. It's pronouns. His, her, them, they, they. No. A champion is a champion. A champion is a champion. A boy is a boy, a girl is a girl. A champion is a champion.
Is that a fight that you'd be interested in at all, though?
I'm interested in fighting people who want to fight me after I defeat Josh Dyer, and this will be the second fake or interim champion that I have to knock to defend my. I will lay the belt in the middle of the ring, and I will say, come one, come all, be willing to die for it.
And
or just leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
And when the BKFC first announced this card, it was Dyer versus Mundell. How did it become Dyer versus Hunt 2?
Well, I was in the crowd at the Jersey fight, and when they announced the Dyer versus Mundell, you know, I had just recently announced my return, and I could see the look on the investors' faces while I walked around, and the crowd went crazy at the fact that the real champ is back. It definitely posed a question like, oh my God. See, the company is smarter than you think. And you have to ask yourself, well, what if Mundell wins? Mundell versus Hunt? Shit. Oh no. Oh, what have we done? Right. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as I step into the room, everybody knows who the real champ is. Everybody knows what's about to happen.
And from going back from your last fight.
You know,
oh, sorry, I don't lose you. And at your last fight, was that heavyweight?
okay.
You're going
I'm
back
here.
down to light heavy. Has there been any hurdles with managing weight at all?
Not at all. I am a very disciplined person, and cutting weight is more about discipline than about anything else, and focus. And I'm focusing my energy and my time on cutting weight. I'm sharp. I'm strong. I am the only fighter in the world, in our bare knuckle world, I would say, to even attempt 3 divisions, let alone 3 division championships. So I am who I am, and I'll do whatever I need to do to get done what I need to get done.
Do you think you'll ever try heavyweight again?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a couple Cubans I'd like to smoke before Ice shows up and snatches them all away. So I'm trying to hurry up and get this work done so I can go back up to heavy and challenge some of those guys.
Is that Palomino you're referring to? You want to get?
Well, Palomino couldn't fight me.
Oh,
It
not
was when he
Palomino.
inside behind my back. What are you talking about?
Leonardo
Palomino
Perdomo.
couldn't.
Sorry.
Palomino weighs what my daughter weighs. I could carry Palomino on my hip. Yeah, Perdomo and your other guy. I'd like to fight Romero or Perdomo and make a big splash into the heavyweight world title scene. But like I said, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got to deal with Josh DJ Dyer, and he's gonna have to be dealt with. He's very, very strong. He's very powerful. He's unorthodox. He's weird. I gotta watch out for those headbutts and those eye pokes. And he can take a beating. He can take a beating. But lucky for him, I'm the guy that knows how to dish him out.
And I know he's not the champion anymore, but is Mick Terrell a fight that you want back just because it kind of ended before it got started?
I'm not interested in Mick Terrell. I never was. I was interested in the title. Am I still here?
Yeah,
I lost it on the camera. So I'm not interested in Mick Terrell. I never was. I was interested in the title. I love to fight him again, but there wasn't much of a fight. There wasn't much of nothing. There was nothing to prove. If Mick Terrell was the heavyweight champion, then yeah, I'd fight him again. It says the host asked you to start your video. I don't understand. Oh, okay. All right, you can just ask that question again. You said, would I be interested in fight?
Yeah, are you interested in getting that fight back just because it ended?
Yeah, so like I said, nothing against Mick Terrell. I never had anything against Mick Terrell. I was after the title. I'm still after the title. If it makes sense to the promotion, then when I go heavyweight, if we're in around the same range of what's going on and we're both fighting for a title, I'd love to fight Mick Terrell again, just to erase that loss. But I'm chasing titles. I'm not chasing people.
Well, I appreciate the time. Good luck with the rest of the fight camp. Can't wait to see you back in there. No, you're good.
Sorry about that. You can still talk. Hold on. Let me finish my sentence. Did it come back up?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. I said, yeah, I'm chasing titles. I'm not chasing people. I will not be distracted. I'm 43 years old, so I'm not going to pretend like I got a lot of time to play around with vendettas, boxing and all of that and trying to get people back. Mick Terrell got lucky that night. I'm going to go on the meanest 10-fight win streak you ever seen in your life, and I'm going to go down in history as one of the best bare knuckle fighters. Lord have mercy.
I heard you.
Yeah, all right. So
yeah, well, I appreciate the time. Thank you for everything, and can't wait to see you back in there.
Yep. Thank you very much, man. Nice to talk to you.
Thank you, Jaron.
Thank you.
Lorenzo, we got one more with Alan Dawson from Uncrowned.
Okay.
Go ahead, Alan.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hi, guys.
Let's see if I can hook to the wire. Hey, Ellen.
Bernie, would you be able to put the video back on, please? I can't do it on my end. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Let's see if I can record. Lorenzo, I think you're on mute.
Let me click into the Wi-Fi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's much better. Can hear you. Can hear you perfect.
All right, give me 1 second. Let's see how to do this. Okay, I'm on. Then I'll go and I'll airplane mode it. Okay, we shouldn't have any interruptions now.
Yeah, there we go. Lorenzo, it's great to speak to you for the first time. Well aware of your career and the stakes going into this, next fight for you. It's a rematch. You've got Josh Dyer again. You've already beaten him once, but he's the champion now. What improvements, if any, have you seen in Josh Dyer that make it a different fight than the first time you already fought him and beat him?
One more time, let's do that again.
Okay. Yes. So this is I'm well aware of your career. This is another big fight because Josh Dyer is a champion now. You've already beat him once. What makes this a different fight? What improvements have you seen in Josh in the years since he fought you that first time?
Um, I honestly, I haven't really been watching his fights. I applaud him on getting back up and not giving up after that beating that I put on him 3 years ago. I'm sure it had to be hard watching me go and become the double world champion with one of the best records in the bare knuckle fighting championship history, as well as becoming the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world. So if anything, I would say his tenacity and his ability to recover after taking a physical and psychological beating, I am impressed. Um, However, this isn't the cartoons. This isn't, anime. This isn't the Road Runner where you can blow somebody up with an Acme missile and then they'll come and chase you down the next day. This is more like reality based, and the type of damage that I inflicted on Josh Dyer, if he's not careful, it will only get worse.
Hmm. It kind of reminds me of there's two fighters over in the country where I'm from in Britain, Chris Eubank Sr. and Chris Eubank Jr. And Chris Eubank Sr. always said he knew his son could fight growing up, but the thing he always wanted to see is whether he could take a beating. How much, how like big of a quality do you think that is in a fighter? You mentioned about the tenacity of Josh Dyer. How important can it be to take a beating, do you think?
It just depends on whether Chris Eubank or meant metaphorically or actual physically. I don't think that our bodies and our brains are designed to take a beating. So
Mm,
the scars, the psychological and physical scars that we take, even though they may look to be healed, they actually never heal. Josh Dyer will always be injured from the injuries that he sustained when he fought me.
yeah.
Um, Not just physically, but like I said, psychologically and perhaps even spiritually. When we get in the fight, I am going to touch those same scars. I'm going to punch him in those same spots, and I'm going to see if he is truly healed or not. That's very, very important. Um, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I do know that as a kid growing up, if I hit my fingers with a hammer trying to put in a nail, the next time I try to hit that nail, my fingers won't let me. They that won't let me do it. So I'm interested to see if his body will obey him when I start punching him. Will his mind and body tell him to fight or to flight or to freeze or to go down and stay down? I'm very interested to see what Josh Dyer brings to the table.
Yeah.
I don't know what this broken version of Josh Dyer is. I only knew the him that thought he was invincible. But now that he knows he's not,
Hmm.
I don't know what he's bringing. Like he might have a gun. I don't know. If he's smart, he might bring a gun.
It's like, yeah, but it seems like from his part, there could be such a psychological barrier to overcome, considering, the way the first fight played out. But, when you look at your resume, you've made a career out of doing that. You've beaten BKFC champions, you've beaten MMA champions. The recent inactivity from the injury loss a year and a half or 2 years ago has seen you come off the pound for pound rankings. You were number one in the entire business. Since then, David Mundell has risen to the top. What do you make of David Mundell and maybe the quality in the rankings since you last fought in
um,
bare knuckle fighting championship as a whole?
I have no problem with Dave Mundell holding down the fort as the pound for pound #1 fighter in the world. It was always a close race anyway. Um,
Yeah.
um, Between me, him, Palomino, and probably
Mm.
Christine. The pound for pound thing. I never thought nothing of it until it just popped up one day, and Palomino was the pound for pound best in the world. And then I started comparing our stats, and I'm like, well, shit, I gotta be number two. And then when they started calling me number two, I didn't like being number two. So it's just another accolade, just something to throw out there when they do that amazing ring announcement and they say my name and they say everything that comes with it, all the work that I've put in. I'm happy with my ranking not only in BKFC but my ranking in life, my ranking as a
Yeah.
husband, my ranking as a father. I put the same amount of passion in everything that I do. So it's nothing. Hats off to Dave Mundell. I've known that kid since 2013, 2012, and he was always kicking ass and doing his thing. He always had a little bit of a tough guy attitude, and we were punching the same punching bags and moving around the same cities and fighting for the same MMA promotions, and it was always awesome knowing Dave Mundell. So yeah, my hats off. Hey, he #1 pound for pound guy in the world. Until I start throwing punches again. 1, 2 knockouts in a row, and then I'm number one again. But I don't mind sharing that mantle with Dave Mundell.
I was about to say, let's say you get the W again against Josh Dyer, and then the pound for pound rankings are updated, and you're number two to David Mundell. How would you feel in that
Yeah,
scenario?
I'm okay with it at this point in my life. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm looking for a mean 10 fight streak of just pain and punishment all over the world. I want to be the best ever bare knuckle fighter in the world, not just in America. So I'm looking forward to going to Rome. I'm looking forward to going to Thailand. I'm looking forward to going to the Philippines. I'm looking forward to going to Africa. I'm looking forward to going wherever BKFC wants to go and prove my world dominance.
Mm. This is a question I did ask David when I spoke to him, because since what David Feldman has done brilliantly is obviously the sanctioning and more having national acceptance of not just BKFC but the sport as a whole. There was a 100-year abyss where we couldn't really do this. So, you have the new guys like, you and David and Palomino who have, reached #1 pound for pound, and have made an impact in the sport. And to me, you guys are right there with, the guys from 100 years ago, this old guard. There is a bare knuckle Hall of Fame. Have they ever reached out to you? Because I think they
Yeah,
have reached out to David Mundell.
yeah, I have the Police Gazette Diamond Belt. I am like I said, the first lineal cruiserweight champion since the 100-year flop. and I am the best in the world. I've defended it time and time again across weight classes. Like I said, I've never lost my cruiserweight or my light heavyweight title. So as far as the Hall of Fame goes, I'm that guy. Um,
Mm.
of course, there is some sanctioning issues and some this, that, and the other, and promotional stuff. But that doesn't mean nothing to me. I'm a fighter, and I'll go wherever the fight takes me.
I live in Nevada. I still can't believe we've not got BKFC or bare knuckle sanctioned in Nevada when we've got power slap, in this state. Bare knuckle is so much more of a sport than what I think of, when I've seen power slap, and I've seen power slap on TV. I've been to events, and it's it's not in the same
Well,
realm as bare knuckle. Bare knuckle should be sanctioned here in Nevada. I'd love
well,
to see a
hopefully,
BKFC fight here.
hopefully the fact that power slap is literally ungloved combat, it should open up some doors for us in Nevada. I just kind of believe that since that's Dana White's stomping ground, that unless we
Mm.
get express permission from Dana White, we probably won't. He's rich, he's powerful, he's smart, he's doing the boxing thing. Maybe he'll let up a little bit since he's got so much going on, and we will get a foothold in Las Vegas. And if we do, I'll be whooping ass in the desert.
Yeah, that would be awesome to see. Just a couple more from me. There was news that I saw yesterday that Andrew Tate, he's big in like influence, in the influencer realm. Influencer boxing is becoming bigger and bigger. He's going to be fighting for the Misfits heavyweight title in December. But it did get me thinking, because part of Andrew Tate's kind of shtick is that he's this macho guy. There's no more macho combat sport really than bare knuckle. How do you think someone like Andrew Tate would get on in BKFC?
Um, Andrew Tate, as awesome as a guy that he is, has been out the game for quite some time, and I don't think you want to get your feet wet in bare knuckle. I'd gladly invite him to an event or to come and fight in bare knuckle so I could make light work of him. But right now, this is the gladiator. This is it right here. Misfits boxing is more a little bit. It's still a little fun. It's still a little, you can do that and play tough. Bare knuckle is canceling out all of the notions that boxing is for tough guys and that MMA is where you go if you're a tough guy. No, if you're not doing bare knuckle, you're not doing nothing. Because I've sat next to the UFC champions, guys like John Jones and even oh my God, so many they've literally looked at me and said, "This is crazy. I did never do this. I did
I'm,
never do this." You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
you don't have the bare knuckle guys sitting around saying, "Hey, I won't box." You don't have bare knuckle guys sitting around saying, "I won't do MMA." But you got those guys sitting around saying, "I won't do bare knuckle." So we already know what the top notch is. It's just take a little bit more time, and you'll see bare knuckle everywhere.
I would say I agree with those guys. I think the bare knuckle fighters are something. There's fighters, and then there's bare knuckle fighters. I think you guys are a different breed. It's awesome to see what you guys do. I think it is still the fastest rising sport. I love the concept and the sport. I do agree though. I think you guys are something else. But that's what puts on the show.
Yes, sir. And like I said, bare knuckle is bare knuckle.
Yeah. With we talked about Andrew Tate coming back, well, not coming back to bare knuckle, but there's this thing. Conor McGregor keeps saying he's a player manager, but you could. It seems like with the weight classes in bare knuckle, you could throw a dart and he could compete in a few of those. He's competed. I don't think he could get down to 145 anymore. He could still probably do 155, but he's talked about even doing 185 and even higher. Amongst the roster, is there, kind of discussion about where Conor McGregor might come back to if he was going to fight? And do you think he could fight in your division?
Um, I wouldn't fight Conor McGregor, just out of respect for the promotion and for
Mhm.
respect for his contribution to MMA as a whole and to bare knuckle as well. I wouldn't want to see how that played out. I don't think I can make myself be nice while I'm fighting. With that respect, I think that him and Elvin Brito would be an amazing matchup. Him and Mike Perry would be an amazing matchup. Him and Palomino would be a crazy matchup. Even him and Austin Trout. But him versus me, don't play. Like I don't play. I am the guy that was here. I came through the tryouts, and I was stoked when bare knuckle got legalized. But if I keep fighting the way I am, I'll probably be the reason bare knuckle gets illegalized. So some dudes they'll be very smart to avoid me.
That might be the most cold-blooded line I think I've ever heard from a bare knuckle fighter. About it becoming about the way you fight it becoming illegal again.
Yeah. I'm not. This is not a sport for me. This is life or death.
I mean, that's a chilling way to end it, but I think that's a great way to end it. Lorenzo, I really appreciate your time. I'm really looking forward to seeing you back to toe the line. This is where you belong, and it's where you've had, a huge impact. So I'm looking forward to seeing you, toe the line once again. Thanks so much for your time, champ.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, gentlemen.
Thanks, Bernie. Yeah, thank you so much for setting that up. That was a pleasure of mine. Thank you.